I'm allowing people in my organization to make excuses about this sales force because they themselves are over the age of 40 most likely, making up excuses because they don't think that they could do it themselves, and then subjecting that bias to everyone else in the organization. I think the biggest problem, and where we're hearing that excuse, driven primarily from sales enablement, maybe sometimes from sales leaders. Number one, I think it's a bullshit excuse, but number two, I think it's a fear. It's a fear and they're running from a problem. So I'm going to put my investor's hat on. I'm going to be the CFO of the same company. If I'm the CFO, 50% of my workforce and 50% or greater than workforce is older than the age of 40 years old, let's assume, right? And so all my human capital, 50% of them is these new guys called millennials and anybody younger than that, but 50% of my sales force, who's probably generating the vast majority of my revenue because they work strategic accounts, key accounts, they're the leaders of CSM. I'm allowing people in my organization to make excuses about this sales force because they themselves are over the age of 40 most likely, making up excuses because they don't think that they could do it themselves, and then subjecting that bias to everyone else in the organization. That human capital investment it's insane to give up in advance and just raise your hands and say, you know what, old dogs, new tricks. This gentleman's 52, she's 61, no way that she could do it. They drive the vast majority of value in your whole company. You better figure out ways of getting more yield and throughput from them. Because if a CFO heard the crap that comes out of sales leaders' mouths around this, I'd be mad. Because that's what fuels the growth of your business. You better figure out a way to make them learn new ways to engage customers in a bold and different way, because you can't afford them to churn out and you can't afford them to not be productive.